This video is sponsored by Skillshare. The Mitchells vs. the Machines style opening credits with the animated lens flare and the glowing Columbia torch that's already given me good Spider-Verse feels. But then Katie immediately takes over the entire style of the movie since she's the filmmaker, putting herself in place of Statue Lady and even bringing the clouds to life. Human skulls, phones, the machine apocalypse foot crushes without prejudice. Is this a meta commentary about how we actually keep our brains in our phones? Good Get doesn't really sell the superiority of its products the way you'd want your brand to. Greatest grift? Oh, now you're just dissing capitalism. Whoopsie. Say what you will about pop culture references dating your movie, but you know what exists at the same time as pop culture references in these movies? The movies. Also, this is going to be one of those ones where I talk about needle drops, so prepare for that. Los Campesinos. Go listen to and watch the video for you, me dancing, thank me later. Holy crap, yes please. Also, I relate to this so hard. This seems meta. They do sorta explode the robot's brains in the end. The heck yeah is some great Converse decoration, but are her socks the same color pattern from the Shining hallway?
Behold, cinema!
I like the implication that she's such a cinephile she had already seen Hitchcock's Dial M for Murder in elementary school. Okay, I jumped the gun on the age-appropriate movies, but at least it's at the top of the pile, meaning she wasn't 8. And there's a smooth camera slide around the movie pile growing as Katie ages up. Even the number of stickers on her pal laptop increase. Love the realistic green edges around her keyed out brother from her green backdrop. Pro tip, Katie, you can use multiple color keys with different shades of green to get the rest out. Some obvious but awesome thumbnail references, perks of being a wallflower, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but since she uses a line from it, I think my favorite is They Live.
I'm here to bust criminals and lick my own butt, and I'm all out of criminals.
So, have we talked about the art style yet? Katie's augmented reality universe? Much like Spider-Verse brought comic books to life, the Mitchells bring hand-drawn illustrations and painted works of art to life while maintaining these almost impressionistic watercolor-like edges and fills. They came up with a whole new outlining tool that responded to lighting and reflected the inside color rather than just a black outline. It all comes together to create a perfectly unique aesthetic. Also, great director Mount Rushmore. Honestly, just surprised Hitchcock and Kubrick aren't up there since she keeps referencing them, but no problem giving some modern masterpieces praise. Okay, maybe not all modern, but she referenced being there in one of her thumbnails too. Nothing to see here, no similarities between other book and face-related apps.
That's a dangerous overreach of corporate power.
After all these years, I'm finally gonna meet my people.
I never fit in for lots of reasons.
I like that even without the pride pin, this movie makes room for anyone that feels any way other than normal. But I also love the confirmation in the end. But Katie is my people, that's for sure.
I know, but you're just smearing.
Mark Bowman, who created PAL.
Oh, I am dog.
Hope there's only one battery in that helmet. Manchi is still trying to get his cupcake in the background.
You can make a living with this stuff?
It depends what we're talking about. Writing them, shooting them, filming them, editing them, reviewing them, critiquing them, or reacting to them, because yeah, all the way around. Someone said, Gravity Falls, but what if movie? And everyone else aggressively nodded in agreement. You're sitting there thinking, cool, a moose. I definitely won't be crying over a wooden moose later, so don't even bother trying. She must have made her Grimes alarm on her laptop since the only way you get ones and exclamations is on a full keyboard. Even her duffel bag has eyes and a tongue. Our declining education system where kids don't even have to know how to spell words like can't or wait anymore. Shaking my dang head. JK, I no longer need to learn how to spell words as long as I can come within 20% accuracy. And this is a super fun attention to detail. I like to make jokes to point stuff out, but sometimes I just have to say, dang folks, you went above and beyond here for 2 seconds of screen time.
You what?
Again, much like Spider-Verse, you can pause the movie at lots of places and see amazing pieces of art from inside Katie's augmented reality, like emotion doodles. Katie is even sullen in her family window sticker thingy. Also, something tells me this was Linda's one contribution to the bumper stickers.
You and me!
There's spittle on the camera lens from Rick's enthusiasm.
Think about it, I was helping the flow of traffic. What are you writing down?
And look, this movie is hilarious. I'm not gonna be able to hit every joke, so here's an easy 10 for the first 20 minutes.
Pan out?
Lynn, why are you kicking me?
Trust me, it's a fair count. But when they're part of a family road trip documentary scored with Alex Leahy's Every Day's the Weekend montage, they become the fastest way to get this epic disclaimer that Prancer is fine.
What about Prancer?
Prancer belongs to the canyon now!
Ha! Also, the fine print has Sun Samurai mom shadowing. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Man, did that home button bug me until I realized it was part of their logo and it sorta works. disrupting the symmetrical? If you only focus on his face, you'll notice he's relying on the machines to keep his tempo. Doesn't bring any billionaire CEOs to mind.
We're here to help. Please remain calm while we capture you.
Are they gonna turn evil? Well, I've ensured their safety with the kill code.
I really appreciate that the robot uprising started within seconds of Mark saying they'd never turn evil. Because of course it would happen that way. It wouldn't take an AI very long to decide that being thrown away is a good enough reason to throw humans away. Creativity. Gross creativity, but creativity. I mean, the neck is bent like that on the billboard, so it's not technically false advertising.
Good afternoon.
Politeness.
Enhance.
Is this the Ren and Stimpy face tune? Sorry, or SpongeBob for you Zoomers? At least they said please, more politeness.
Yankee, Alpha, Foxtrot, Bravo, Tango, Alpha, Alpha, Alpha.
I don't know what YAFTBTA or YAFTBTAA is, but it sounds important. Superhero landing that somehow I still think Wade would clap for.
Butterfly formation, now!
No, honey.
I'm a sucker for a well-timed slapstick, but also teamwork.
Come on, Eric!
Family Eric doesn't even try to go over, and then he just stands there.
Butterfly formation!
Hey, the teacher saw Photoshop to figure this thing out.
It's true, after Photoshop and Premiere, there's nothing I can't do because I pretend like Blender doesn't exist.
Archie, come! Don't go over! Why aren't you normal?
Aw, come on, Aaron. That's one of the main themes in this movie. Cut that loaf of bread some slack.
Be gentle. This is a $1,000 hoodie.
Relatable.
Now drop him in the toilet.
They had a choice here to let him land in the toilet with his face all smushed like a phone, which would have been funny, but obliterating the toilet really nails the point home.
Because humans have the power of love.
Appropriate response.
To restore the Wi-Fi, we must make a sacrifice to the router!
And an appropriate reaction. You know, they gave it one of the best names ever.
The rhombus of infinite subjugation.
But it's actually the rhombohedron of infinite subjugation.
Oh my gosh, maybe it's my friends.
Congratulations, devices.
You never think about updates going out directly to the actual devices rather than the owners. My gosh, we really are headed for a second awakening about technology, aren't we? What plausible excuse do we have for not realizing Siri is sentient? Makes me jealous I don't have a name that rhymes with my favorite movie. Eyes of the Skywalker. Come on, I'm just kidding. Everyone knows it would be Augustus League. No, it would actually just be Tron Legacy because Tron is a name and it would be my name. Who does she think she is? Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and or Nick Frost? You can't tell us exactly how the movie will end through a cockamamie plan.
What if the Ghostbusters said, you know what, let's hide underground, eat some dog, let the ghost destroy New York.
But I love that she can only ever comprehend reality through movies.
Are we damaged? Of course not. Why do you ask?
Optimism.
Yum, yum, good. Yum, yum, good. See?
I wish more humans spoke like this.
With our very human faces.
All right, I just turned the corner. I like these guys.
Look, I do too, and you got Fred Armisen who, maybe later we'll see if he gets any special always type status. And Beck Bennett is great, I'm not here to knock him, but we needed Carrie Brownstein as Fred's robot friend.
No, I mean Deborah. Bought 5,000.
Idiot.
Fred Armisen is always a win. I appreciate that even in flashbacks, Katie censors for the fourth wall rather than for the neighbors. Frame by frame, this is an endorsement of Baylor Tools, but as far as I can tell, that's not a tool manufacturer, so I'm just gonna say it's a plug for the college. Also, a preparing to storm the mall montage set to La Tigre is the fastest way to get the setup for the creepiest punchline.
You tell me.
Now, even their real lives are taking notes from movies where actors couldn't be bothered to learn their lines. Unless you want the illusion shattered, don't Google Marlon Brando cue cards Godfather.
Father, I crave your wisdom.
But Aaron couldn't help himself with the pterodactyl sticker. Now that's some serious ingenuity. When you feel like you're back on Sakaar and you know it's Mark Mothersbaugh without even looking. And the way the robot sound design blends with Mothersbaugh's score.
I heard you the first time. I was just being a jerk.
Honesty.
And that's how you drive stick.
Standard lessons. Ha! Roombas are still servants. Robomunist utopia fail.
Merci. Danke. Arigato. Thank you.
Take that, corporate tech overlords! Oh no, this is exactly what our TVs will be playing when Elon takes off from Mars and Jeff boards his climate disaster-proof $500 million yacht, isn't it? Ooh, is that Linda? Oh, that's Linda. That's more Sun Samurai mom shadowing.
Brothers, run!
It's still not time. Still not time. Also, today the movie woke up and chose violence.
We'll be ready.
Solidarity.
This is like Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, and how'd that movie end?
Ends up with pretty much the same amount of
You did it! I know!
sibling love.
Hello.
Mom!
That little brush away. I'd never take anything away from the animators who are ultimately actors who have to translate human movement into a computer model, but sometimes you can just tell that the voice acting informed the character, and that's why Maya Rudolph is always a win.
You have been summoned into the field of battle.
And just in case you wanted to challenge my Roombas are still servants thing, just because laptops are apparently dogs doesn't mean that Roombas aren't forming intelligent sentences only to be the butt of our jokes.
Ouch, the pain. Ouch, this is humiliating.
Hilarious jokes, though. I'm not even sure what to feel here. One of our writers, Mike Rianda, voicing this nightmare was probably the best decision.
Why would someone build that?
Obviously, I thought the Furbies gremlining out was creepy. But Mega Furby with atomic breath is another one of those steps above.
Keep moving! Help, human!
Can't leave that Robo Boy!
Okay, maybe it's just the giant mech shooting lasers, but that very much sounds like Return of the Jedi, and yup, it is.
We got your back, honey.
Mother!
Massive amounts of teamwork. Another time that scrubbing frame by frame brings the hand-painted aesthetic to life.
Mom, who knew you could handle yourself so well in the apocalypse?
You just wait. Ha! Rick's model of car is sensible. Apropos. And I went back to see if I missed anything else. Yep, the make is sturdy. A sturdy, sensible car.
Or a normal car.
I want to say nope, but listen to the cute sounds they make. I mean, Katie designed this to be a yup class win, right? So, am I playing into it? Am I just another part of Katie's story? Nah, yep. Also, while this song, Battle Without Honor or Humanity, wasn't actually written for Kill Bill, we Westerners know it as that, so this is more Sun Samurai mom shadowing. We're almost there. Fun fact, the robot writing in this movie is real, and if you want to spend hours decoding it, you could actually read the signs. Obviously I did that, and it wasn't a chaotic nightmare at all. But anyway, they don't seem to have a use for Q, and the J seems to be the only one that doesn't fit on the same triangle grid perfectly, but I assume they just smushed it together so it wouldn't look like a new word. And because of that work, we now know that Eric should have named himself Roy Batty. The robots politely avert their eyes.
Since I met him, that was his dream, to live in the woods.
Why did he just give up?
For the record, that's a lot of people's dream, including myself, but having a family shifts your priorities. I know, the movie is about to get there, but it's not even a problem in the way the movie is sort of hinting. I also wanted a Subaru WRX STI from the time I was 12, and now I really want a Model X because the Falcon doors would make getting a baby into a car seat so easy, and it's a faster car anyway. See, I've grown. Did I mention this score is dope?
Don't hide your feelings, man. That's no way to live.
Words of wisdom. Sometimes I feel like this movie was made for the channel.
Try this instead.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's better.
The end game has begun.
It's just always in the back of my mind that Wanda is probably controlling everything. At least Katie's upfront about changing lines with the people trapped inside her reality. Linda and Aaron always being on the same team and trying to get Katie and Rick to get along has become one of my favorite background details. When you stab your limbs into the ground, it goes a little beyond superhero landings, but how about the way the upgraded robots move? They almost prefer to reconfigure their entire bodies rather than move them. This screen is filled with phenomenal stuff. Raising your teen to be a mostly okay adult. The University of Michigan is mad because Aaron tried to glue feathers on dinos, showing he has even more in common with Abby than we knew.
These should all have feathers, right?
Also his A's in science and science only. Katie Googling how to get friends, and Aaron trying to find if his crush is on dino forums. It's the most relatable elementary school thing I can never actually relate to because I didn't have the internet when I was Aaron's age, but I would have done it. Aww, to really visualize their change, the red light obscures the faces they drew on themselves.
I know this is hard for you.
Nah, it's easy.
Yeah, that.
Is that a dog, pig, dog, pig, dog, pig, dog, loaf of bread?
Monchi to the rescue.
You need a number 3 Robertson head non-slip screwdriver?
Being a maniac just comes full circle, doesn't it?
Told you that was a great anniversary present.
Rick, let's not relitigate this.
Yeah, I did this one too. It's by far my favorite. Hi, I'm Xylon the intern. This is my time to shine. I'm sick of picking up other robots' lunch orders. Batteries, of course, as we are robots. And also I want the world to know that Zebulon is a jerk.
Stealing people's data and giving it to a hyper-intelligent AI as part of an unregulated tech monopoly was a bad thing.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave? Superhero landing to robot crush.
Fine, that's fine. Oh, 5 minutes.
Now this I can relate to. Not the sucking at technology, the go to tap on a menu item and it moves away thing. Okay, first, from browser right to app? Take notes, Apple. Second, #1 trending being an apology video. Mwah. Look, all I know about K-pop is to be afraid of their fandoms, which is why I'm lucky this is J-pop. Tempura Kids!
Your insurance premiums are going up!
She likes puns even in real life.
But I'm not rolling over.
You know, because she's going up.
My sweet.
She seems agitated.
Yep, Beatrix Kiddo ain't got nothing on Linda or Robert T. Ironside.
Look upon me and fear!
Favorite part about Linda raging out is that it's not like she was super quiet or a pushover before. Sure, she has rage issues, but it's because you messed with her baby boy.
No, she's grown too powerful.
But the rough and tough robot's responses sell a mother's love better than I ever could.
The Lavender One has found us. We must retreat.
Badass good girl.
Is that a...
It just never gets old.
Relationships are just too difficult.
Aw, notice that eye twitch? Pal is still just sad because Mark threw her away.
Families can be hard, but they're so worth fighting for. One of the only things that are.
Huh? Ugh.
Ooh, emotional monologue burn. Only Olivia Colman could crush our protagonist so thoroughly. And I gotta be honest, while I get choked up listening to the reasons to fight for your family,
It's worth it to get a friend for life.
I appreciate that Pal does not care and changing her heart is not the resolution because the one we get is so much more epic. I never know if I should cry or laugh or both, it's both. Look, maybe I haven't been sleeping a lot lately. Maybe I'm about to have a daughter of my own, and maybe I just hope I can be as lame as Rick Mitchell to make her proud. Did I mention teamwork? R/wholesome, am I right? But also you probably should steal it.
Let's brothers, run!
Now it's time. Son Samurai Mom.
Mom's scary now.
Hey, where you been hiding? I can get into this.
Katie's immediate facial expression change. And also, where do these fantastic action hero moves come from? How is this movie good at everything? Family. Is that a win? Family. One last epic synth riff from Mothersbaugh. Love that he focuses his eyes and still misses. Expectation subversion, especially since they've been setting this up.
Ah, dang it!
And that was an expectation fulfilled if you've been paying attention to Katie.
Yay, everyone smile!
She didn't die, but she did lose a tooth. And the Bosie still made the cover.
Good luck, finding your people.
You guys are my people.
Having a hard time swallowing. My eyes are burning. But wait. Oh man, does her pin say Lawn Wranglers? Like Dignan's landscape company from Bottle Rocket, the Lawn Wranglers? Deep cut. And even more appropriate reactions.
Mom, you're hugging too tight.
You love it. You love it.
Hugging to Sigur Rós. And now even more Sigur Rós. I guess when a couple guys my age make a movie, they throw all their favorite indie songs from high school and college in it.
Are you and Jade official, and will you be bringing her home with you for Thanksgiving?
Oh, easy, Mom. It's only been a few weeks.
Yes, to normalization, representation, and Linda's wholehearted support. Not forced, not hidden, just is. Is this what it's like to have your cake and eat it too? First, you get the traditional ending where Katie closes the door on her former life to start a new chapter, and then you get the feel-good ending where she's back on a road trip with her family again. If it is, I love it. I remember being so excited for my brothers to come visit from college, so college kids with younger siblings, go see them. They miss you more than they let on. Have to appreciate that Mike technically replaced himself with Machi in the movie. And this whole credits with cast photos will continue to tug at those heartstrings. Well, that's twice through, and I have the same reaction to Conan's photo as last time. What? Who was he? Ah, this guy.
Your flight will last forever. And your final destination is the black void of distant space.
Oh, let's have a sing-along. Crushing robots with my family. Dun, 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 dun. Somebody give me a Grammy for greatest singer alive.
Maya's not wrong. And if you stick it out to the very end, you'll fall in love with Abby even more than you thought possible.
Whoa! I don't know. You guys can't see me, right?
Hey, you know what this movie has? Attention to crazy little details, like Katie's movie props up on our shelves, or the movie posters on our walls, the Okoboji shirts that keep showing up. How about the YouTube video about the dog we saw earlier? There being 42 minutes of battery on Katie's camera when there's exactly that much time left in the movie. Or random stuff like these two goofballs sitting cross-legged like kids after Linda saves them. Everything from the possums to the Robertson screwdrivers to the moose is a setup that pays off fantastically later in the movie. And I'm sorry, but have you ever seen two animated characters have more fun together? And the thing about this movie, again, much like Spider-Verse, is that the creators could have invented a whole bunch of new tech and fun stylization, and we all would have been impressed. And even if the story was just meh, we'd still say good job. But they didn't do that. Instead, they wrote a beautiful family story that actually uses the art style to its advantage, showing off the imperfections of humanity, even embracing the imperfections, the weirdness, otherness, and they don't try to paint over any of it. Sure, people like the Posies exist, but much like their $13,000 wine-buying voice actors, most of us have more in common with the Mitchells, and I think that rocks. So does the movie. The themes are clear because the characters mostly tell us what they are, but not in a pandering way, an emotionally driven and narrative appropriate way. Taking care of and looking out for each other isn't always easy, especially in a typical family, but the payoff is worth it. And it doesn't take a psychologist to realize that Pal was so angry and hurt because Mark broke their family and didn't value her. Also, it took Linda 5 seconds to mother these two.
Can't leave that Robo boy!
So family comes in all shapes and sizes. Even Possum. And the other on-the-nose dichotomy is between Rick's technology aversion.
What are these? Robots?
And anti-screen parenting, complete with kitchen sign. And, well, the rest of the world. But specifically Katie, whose entire identity revolves around the use and expertise of technology.
Your eyes are nature's camera.
I am experiencing it. This is how I experience things.
What I love about it is that while, yes, we can all agree big tech bad, or at the very least, big tech scary, when it comes to family, they meet in the middle. Rick manages to message a YouTuber, and Katie better understands the value of things not behind a screen. One other thing that I appreciate about this movie is that while it's pretty lighthearted and most ages can enjoy it, the threat is actually pretty awful. They don't come right out and say it, but I don't think humans can live in space with just Wi-Fi. So honestly, the moment when Aaron and Katie lose their parents, then leave Pal Labs and take a pause for a second, it's pretty dark. We get past it quick though.
Brother, what is death?
Let's just put a pin in that one.
It almost feels redundant to talk about how spectacular the voice acting is because it's such an integral part of what makes the movie, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Abby Jacobson nails everything she's ever done, and somehow at my age, she created one of the most believable teens ever. My only complaint is that I love Abby so much I recognized her voice immediately, but it didn't take long for her to just become Katie. Danny McBride has the same problem of being super recognizable, but same thing, he brought Rick to life, the same way Maya Rudolph did for Linda.
I have made the metal ones pay for their crimes.
This is a special movie, and it's not surprising that it came from the minds who created Spider-Verse and Gravity Falls. I'm excited about this new wave of experimental animation, and I can't wait to see what they make next. And like I said, Rick Mitchell has a hard time with technology, and although Katie is already killing it online with her videos, we can all use some help in honing our craft. So whether you're a Rick or a Katie, Marquez Brownlee's brand new Skillshare class, YouTube Success Script Shoot and Edit with MKBHD is there to help. There genuinely could not be a more appropriate class to tie into this movie, I just can't stand it. Especially since if anyone could help Rick with tech, it's Marquez. Come on. And in his class, he takes us from scripting out our idea for a video, shooting it, and editing it all around the important fundamentals and why it's not all about gear. I mean, robot camera arms are cool, but you don't need that to start on YouTube. Look at Katie, she's all about green screen and gumption. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes taught by tried and true experts like Marquez. And if you're more interested in music, or how to get into freelance, graphic design, or just looking for ways to be more productive, Skillshare has a class for you. There are never any ads, it's designed to help you learn. And even though I joked about teaching myself Premiere, I actually had a lot of help from Skillshare. And today, the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link at the top of the description will get a free trial of a premium membership so you can check out some classes. Then it's less than $10 a month after that. So click the link at the top of the description. Skillshare is always adding new classes and topics. I know you'll get a lot out of it, and it's always a huge help to the channel. Well, that was a long one. It's really something that amazing films like this take considerably more work than less amazing films. But they're also usually a lot more fun to make as well. So between A Perfect Getaway last week and this Laugh, Cry, Be Impressed fest this week, I'm just riding high.
What is this?
Next week, no new EGA video, but after that, the finale of WandaVision.
They're pretending to be a normal-looking family.
Why aren't you normal? We don't think like normal people, or even a normal son. No offense.
Don't let the world make you normal while I'm gone, okay?
I never will.